What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome to another new series. Now, I know that my Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft series is doing very well right now, and that's going to keep going. We are entering the postseason. We're entering the playoffs of season number 8 in that series, so that's going to keep going. We're going to keep on marching on in that series. We're going to become the greatest team that has ever seen in existence. And we're probably going to go like 5 more seasons. I don't know. We'll probably never end that series. And that's just because I'm having so much fun making it. And we are doing the NCAA 2K20 Ohio State Buckeyes series, which is not going to stop anytime soon because that is my most popular series on my channel. So that is not going to stop. We're going to keep doing that. But I'm going to add this into it. The Arizona Cardinals are going to be the team that we take over here. We are the owner of this team because I made the mistake of being a coach in the Legends Bears series. And I thought that being an owner would be better because we can choose who we want to be as our head coach. Right now we got Cliff Kingsbury, and I'm going to give Cliff 1 year. Cliff is going to have this full season to prove his worth. If he can't do it, if he can't make the playoffs, then we're not going to be sticking around with Cliff. So he's got 1 season to do it. I'm very strict as an owner, and we're going to find out what Cliff is really made of here. Let's get straight into, I don't want to be in that. I'd rather be in the actual roster thing. Let's get straight into the offense and the whole team. Let's see what we're working with here. We got Kyler Murray, our number 1 overall pick in last year's draft. He is going to be our quarterback for most of the series, probably the entire series, unless we find some sort of better quarterback or Kyler Murray's not growing as much as I would like. That's a short joke. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Kyler will most likely be our starting quarterback. He'll be our starting quarterback for this season and probably for the foreseeable future. Brett Huntley is not going to be anything for us. So if we can trade him or just cut him, basically, then we will probably do that. Moving to running back, David Johnson is going to be our starting running back. Although he is 80 overall at 27 years old, this is the most up-to-date roster that EA has out. So these are the most up-to-date ratings and injuries and stuff, but pre-existing injuries are off. So injuries don't matter. But people like Jay Ajayi he should be on the Eagles because he's back in the NFL. So yeah, Jay Ajayi is back on the team or back in the NFL. So this is the most up-to-date roster, so David Johnson has moved down. I think he was like a 95 or something in Madden. Or he was in the 90s, I'm pretty sure, but he is an 80 overall now, so we might have to move on from him. We got Kenyon Drake as a backup. Chase Edmonds, a young running back out of Fordham, is a 74 overall, and then DJ Foster is a 61 overall. So we got a bunch of just average running backs, I guess. We don't have a fullback. Moving on to wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald. He is the wide receiver that we will target all the time, basically. And we're not going to get rid of Larry Fitzgerald. He will be a Cardinal forever. Even if we have to pay him boatloads of money to keep him here for however long he's going to stay until he retires. We are going to do whatever it takes to keep Larry Fitzgerald an Arizona Cardinal, and we are going to get him into the Hall of Fame, and we are going to try and get him a Super Bowl ring before he retires because he definitely deserves one. Christian Kirk is the second string wide receiver, 78 overall, 22 years old. He's very promising. He's definitely going to be a future piece. Hopefully, he turns into something. Demary Bird is our third string wide receiver out of South Carolina, 73 overall. I'm not a big fan of his. He is a burner, but I don't know how I feel about him. We might have to move on from him. Andy Isabella. Now, Andy Isabella is one of my favorite unknown players in the NFL right now. I'm absolutely bananas for this guy. He is fantastic. He's got great speed. He's got great catching. At least in real life, he has great catching. And I just like this guy overall. He's a good dude. So we are going to keep him for the whole series. He will be on our team. Hakeem Butler out of Iowa State, 71 overall. Keyshawn Johnson out of Fresno State. There's a lot of young people on this team. Young players. Pharaoh Cooper and Trent Sheffield are also down there. We're probably going to keep Keyshawn Johnson, Andy Isabella, Christian Kirk, and Fitzgerald. Those will be the 4 players that for sure are going to stay on the team. The other ones are expendable. Tight ends, Max Williams and Charles Clay are going to be our tight ends for the first season. I might make some moves in the preseason, maybe see if I can get another tight end because Charles Clay is 30 years old. And although Charles Clay is one of my favorite tight ends, then we got Daryl Daniels and Aaron Brewer. He's probably the long snapper. That's why he's on the team. I don't know what I think about these tight ends. I don't know. Moving on to the offensive line, which is really the worst position group probably. DJ Humphries is the starting left tackle, 25 years old, 73 overall. Justin Pugh, his name always makes me laugh. 29 years old, 76 overall at left guard. AQ Shipley is our starting center, 33 years old, 65 overall. That's our starting center. He's a captain. That man is a captain. And he's a 65 overall. That's just disgraceful. J.R. Sweezy is, his name makes me laugh too, 73 overall at 30 years old. This offensive line is hot garbage. Marcus Gilbert is the best player on the offensive line, 31 years old, 79 overall. There's really nothing else to write home about on this offensive line. We're definitely going to have to do an overhaul of this offensive line. Clinton McDonald is the starting left end at 32 years old, 71 overall. Zach Allen out of Boston College is the backup, 22 years old, 69 overall. Then you got Zach Kerr down there. Rodney Gunter, 70 overall. Jonathan Bullard is a 67, and Michael Dogby is out of Temple, a 66 overall. I feel like I've heard of this guy. I can't remember though. Corey Peters, 76 overall. This team is just so bad, and it's so crazy how the offense is so young with the wide receivers, the quarterback, and then you move to the defense, and it's so old. Like, everybody's in their 30s and stuff. It's just crazy. Then you got Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is an interesting one because he's 29 years old, 87 overall. In real life, I think he's like top 2 in sacks, if not the leader. He might be. But we could trade him to get either a good draft pick or another couple of good young players. We could do that, but I don't know if we should or not. I think we should keep Chandler Jones at least for the first half of the season, see how he plays, and see if what we want to do with him. Then we move on to the middle linebacker. Jordan Hicks is our starting middle linebacker at 78 overall. Nothing else really here. Hassan Reddick, kind of, I guess, 72 overall. Then we got the man himself, Terrell Suggs, the real dog of this defense right here. 83 overall, 36 years old, 16 years in the league from Arizona State, former Raven, former 2-time Super Bowl champion. Actually, did he win? No, he's only a 1-time Super Bowl champion. He wasn't on that first team. He only won it in 2012. But he is our starting right outside linebacker. It was definitely a shock when I saw that Terrell Suggs got released by the Raven. I think it was actually a mutual partnership or a mutual decision to leave for both the Ravens and Terrell Suggs. That's just how much respect they have for each other. And he decided to sign with the Cardinals. I don't know why, but he did. And he's on our team. Then we got Cassius Marsh Sr., who will probably be a decent backup for us going forward. Oops, I hit the back button. That's my fault. Just excuse that. Let's get right to the corners. And we have one real good corner. Patrick Peterson, double P, PP squared. Is 29 years old, 88 overall. He's going to be our starting corner. He is going to be our number 1, our shutdown corner for the foreseeable future until he starts to regress. Byron Murphy, young rookie out of Washington, 21 years old, 78 overall. He and Robert Alford are probably going to be fighting for that second spot. I would assume that Byron Murphy will win it because he's younger and he's got way more potential. But you never know. Robert Alford could step up and play. He is two overall less than Byron Murphy, but you never know. Brandon Williams, Kevin Peterson, and Chris Jones are also there. They're not going to be really anything. Free safety Buda Baker will probably most likely be our free safety for the series. I don't know, 82 overall at 23. He's got potential, but we could stumble into somebody. Then we got Jalen Thompson. Oh, we got a Washington guy and a Washington State guy in the same position group. That's a little interesting. Then we got Jalen Thompson, Charles Washington. Strong safeties, Deontay Thompson is an interesting one. He's a starting strong safety at 69 overall. Nice. But Josh Shaw, we got to get rid of Josh Shaw just because he's got that legal stuff going on right now. So we're going to cut Josh Shaw. He did that whole thing in the news right now with Josh Shaw about him betting on games while he was injured and betting against his team. I'm pretty sure he was betting against his own team. He's just an idiot. So we'll get rid of him. Zane Gonzalez is going to be our kicker probably for the series, unless we can find a young kicker that is going to be better than Zane Gonzalez. But he's got 96 kick power, so he can kick some bangers. So we'll keep him for the series. Andy Lee, we don't punt on the channel, so Andy Lee will be our punter until he retires, just because we don't really need a punter, and we'll just keep him around. We do have the 5th pick overall, but depending on how our record starts, how we start this series and start this season off, we could get lower or a higher pick. Hopefully a higher pick. But you never really know until you see on the field how this team's going to go. Now, free agents, this is interesting because there's free agents here. Andrew Luck is in free agency. Now, I know he's retired in real life. I know that he was injured in real life. But do we sign Andrew Luck to be our quarterback? To be our backup quarterback, actually. Could we sign Andrew Luck? I haven't decided this is going to be a realistic Cardinals series or this is going to be just for fun. Probably just for fun, because that's more fun to me, is when you can just do whatever you want and not have to follow realistic rules, like Cardinals will never sign Andrew Luck, mostly because he's retired. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign Andrew Luck as the backup quarterback for Kyler Murray. That is going to be our backup quarterback. Now, we're going to get rid of Brett Hundley. So who do we want as our backup to the backup? Who do we want as our third string quarterback? Let's get the Sanchez in here. Mark Sanchez is going to be the backup to the backup. Then we got, let's get out of here, halfbacks. C.J. Anderson, LeGarrette Blount, Alex Collins, Shane Vereen. The only one, the muscle hamster. I do like the muscle hamster. The only one I would think about is maybe C.J. Anderson. I guess we'll pick up C.J. Anderson. You can pick him up. Let's see. What else? Anybody else? Rod Smith's here. Jeremy Hill. I remember when Jeremy Hill was a thing. Andre Ellington, former Cardinal. I'm not going to see anything else, at least in the running backs. Fullbacks, we don't need a fullback. Trey Madden's a fullback? I didn't know that. Actually, I think I did. Wide receivers, Antonio Brown, 31 years old, 94 overall. Do we do it? Do we sign Antonio Brown and Dez Bryant? There are some decent wide receivers here down low. Now, I've already signed Andrew Luck, so I might as well just keep going with the unrealisticness of this series. I'm going to sign both of these guys, and I might trade both of these guys. We're going to play, well, you know what? We're going to play the preseason, at least a game of the preseason, just to see how these guys play and get a feel for this Cardinals team. And then we might trade these guys. So, I like Michael Crabtree. I'm going to sign Michael Crabtree. I'm a fan of his. We're going to bring him to Arizona. We're going to bring him to the Cardinals. Now, tight ends, Antonio Gates, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, Jermaine Gresham, Dwayne Allen, Niles Paul, Deion Sims, Richard Rodgers, A.J. Derby, Troy Nicholas. Michael Huminawanu. I do like Michael Huminawanu. Let's sign this man just for the memes. Michael Huminawanu. Now let's go to the offensive line. Maybe there's got to be somebody here that's better than what we have. I mean, we just got a disgusting offense. Kelechi Osemele. Don't mind if I do. I'm going to sign this man. If he's in free agency, I'm going to take him. 80 overall. He's better than what we got. Center, John Sullivan, Russell Bodine. We got to take somebody better than a 65 overall. I'm going to take John Sullivan just to have him as at least a better center than what we have. Right guard, Clint Boylan. Bowling, I think is his name. 76. Do we take that? I don't know. And then we don't need a right tackle because we have 81, I think, is what his overall is. Left end, William Hayes, Muhammad Wilkerson, Willie Henry, Frosty Rucker, Courtney Upshaw. I remember when Courtney Upshaw was an absolute beast at Alabama. He was a monster. But he's done nothing in the NFL. I think he got really fat. I'm not really sure. What's his weight? Does it say? Where's he at? 272. Yeah, that's pretty chunky. Pretty darn chunky. I think he was bigger, though. Defensive tackle, Cornelius Willis, Washington. Rashid Hagman. Gabe Wright. No, I'm not seeing anything. Michael Johnson. He just sticks around, doesn't he? Robert Kimdichi. It's Robert Kimdichi. 70 overall. Do we bring Kimdiche back to Arizona? He was there. He got drafted to Arizona. Let's bring him back for the memes. I do like memes. Shane Ray, Noah Spence, Malcolm Smith, Connor Barwin, former Arizona Cardinal Connor Barwin. It's just gross. Mason Foster, Zach Brown, Brandon Marshall, Zach Vigil, Gerald Hodges Jr., Mark Herzlich, Scooby Wright. Should we bring Scooby in? I do like Scooby. Nobody. Right outside linebacker, Nick Perry, Tim Williams, Malik Jefferson, Sutton Smith. I do like Sutton Smith. He's a good tackler. Corner, Trevor Williams, Leon Hall, Orlando Scandrick, Captain Munnerlin. Do we bring the captain in? You know what? Let's bring the captain in. I do like the captain. He'll probably go right into our starting corners. Ron Parker, Kendrick Lewis, Keith Tandy, TJ Green, Josh Robertson. Nobody. Eric Berry. Thank you very much. Come home, Eric Berry. Come home to Arizona. Although I don't know where you're from. You're probably not from Arizona, but come home to Arizona. You know you want to. Anybody else? No. Kickers. We don't need a kicker. The kicker. He's 44. The kicker. Okay, we got 76 players, so we need to trade. We need to trade some peeps. Let's go through the team, see what we want to do here. We got Kyler Murray as our starting quarterback. Brett Hundley is going to be on the trade block, along with C.J. Anderson. Now, who wants these? Oh, somebody wants green on Brett Hundley? The Broncos. The Broncos wants... Wait, what can I get for Brett Hundley? Can I get anybody good? Philip Lindsay? Could I get Philip Lindsay? Oh! Wow, I did not think that was going to go. Okay, so we got Philip Lindsay. All right. Brett Hundley is gone because I didn't think that was going to work. But Philip Lindsay will be our running back alongside David Johnson and Kenyon Drake. Now, we don't need all these guys. So C.J. Anderson and DJ Foster. There's a few teams that want C.J. Anderson. Anybody want DJ Foster? No, I didn't think so. So there's only 3 teams. The Bills, Dolphins, and Eagles. So let's start up here at the Bills. See if there's anybody... See what we can get. Can we get a first-round pick for C.J. Anderson? No, we cannot. Can we get a second-round pick for C.J. Anderson? It's closer. We're probably going to get a 4th-round pick for him, but I don't want a 4th-round pick. So let's go through the teams, or let's go through the positions and see who we got. Sonoris Perry? Are you kidding me? Sonoris Perry is on the Bills. I didn't know that. Frank Gore could be an option. Cole Beasley. I do like Cole Beasley. Tight ends, we do need a tight end. Dawson Knox could be one. Offensive line, do we need an offensive lineman? We do, but do they have one that we want? Ed Oliver, won't be able to get him. Shaq Lawson, Jerry Hughes. I remember when Jerry Hughes was like a 90 overall. Matt Milano, Tremaine Edmonds. Lorenzo Alexander. The Bills don't really have anything to offer me, so we're going to move to the Dolphins next. The Dolphins, they want to give me the first overall pick in the draft? No, they don't. Not for C.J. Anderson, at least. A second-round pick. They got 2 second-round picks, so they'd be willing to budge on one. They would be willing to budge on one. Could we get a second-round pick for C.J. Anderson? It's real close. You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get a second-round pick for C.J. Anderson. I'll give you a 5th-rounder because we have 2 of those, I think. So there we go. We trade C.J. Anderson and DJ Foster to the Dolphins for a second-round pick. That's pretty decent, I'd say. Next, running backs. We're going to keep all these guys on the squad. Wide receivers, we got a lot of them. Demary Bird, Hakeem Butler, and Trent Sheffield. How are we feeling on these boys? Ooh, we're getting some offers. Some peaks of interest. The Bills are interested. We've already looked at the Bills. We don't want anybody on the Bills team. The Packers are interested in Bird. The Raiders want all 3 of these guys. They're interested a lot in Bird. They got 2 first-round picks, so would they be willing to part with one of them? They would be willing to part with one of them if I offered them something else. They want a left outside linebacker. We have Kyle Pitts. Would they want Kyle Pitts? No, they don't. They do not want Kyle Pitts. Neither do I. Middle linebacker, Tanner Vallejo. You want him? No, they don't. Neither do I. Cornerbacks. You want Brandon Williams. That's closer. It's going to probably take a guy in the 70s, which is Captain Munnerlyn. Do they want Captain Munnerlyn? No, they don't. I do want Captain Munnerlyn. I didn't really want to trade him. Right end. We didn't try that yet. Kim Diche, Jonathan Bullard. Are you interested in Jonathan Bullard? No. Why aren't you interested? What you be doing? Rodney Gunter. Take Rodney Gunter. Just take him. No. Take Rodney Gunter. And they want a left tackle as well. And I don't have anybody that I want to give them. So let's just give them a draft pick, I guess. Who cares? It's just a draft pick. A 7th-round pick for a 1st-round pick. Would this happen? No, it won't. Because we got to trade some better assets, I guess. So let's trade a 5th-round pick next year. Come on, stop being stingy. I'll give you a 2nd-round pick next year. Yes. All right, so we got another 1st-round pick. And hopefully the Raiders are bad so that we get a higher pick. I love doing this signing free agents and then trading them to other teams for draft picks and players. That's just so fun. Okay, so I've decided to keep Antonio Brown and keep Dez Bryant just for right now, just to see how they play, how Kyler Murray decides to throw to them, and then we're going to keep Christian Kirk. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is Andy Isabella. So Keyshawn Johnson, well, one of these guys got to go. So Dez Bryant, do we trade Dez Bryant? I don't really get Dez Bryant a lot in my careers. So let's trade Dez Bryant. Who wants Dez Bryant? There's got to be somebody who wants the X. The Falcons and the Niners. The Niners definitely want him. Could we get a 1st-round pick from the Niners? Wait, is there a better team or a worse team that wants him? The Jets. The Redskins want him. The Redskins. They have pick 10. Did we get pick 10 for Dez? Ooh! Close. The Titans and the Vikings. Is there anybody that wants him that has a wide receiver in their team needs? The Niners really are the only one. So we'll go for pick 11 here. Trade decline. So how do we go from being so close on pick 10 to going one spot down and having not as close? That doesn't make any sense to me. Pick 7, Saquon Barkley. You know what? Who was the team that we were going to trade him to? The Jets, was it? I don't remember. Pick 8. No, it wasn't the Jets. Who was it? Who was it that I was trying to get the 1st-round pick? That was the Redskins. That's right. The Redskins are really interested in Dez Bryant. because they are willing to do that. So they want a middle linebacker as their next need. And we have Tanner Vallejo available. That doesn't help very much. But maybe if I throw in also a right outside linebacker, maybe, no, I'm not going to trade him. Free safety. Charles Washington, maybe? No? Okay. What about if I throw in Jaylene Thompson? That does a lot, but not going to be enough. Probably going to throw in a pick. I don't want to, but I have to throw in this 5th round pick to get a 10th. There we go. We got the number 10 pick in the draft. So we got 3 first round picks right now. We are wheeling and dealing as the owner of the Arizona Cardinals. So now we can move on. We've traded all these wide receivers that we need to. Actually, no, we got Trent Sheffield and Pharaoh Cooper that we can get rid of. Anybody interested in them? The Broncos are interested. The Saints are interested. Could we swindle the Saints into something? Pick 29 for the Saints. No. That is a hard no. Pick the 3rd round pick for both these guys. Ooh. The Broncos would probably give us a better deal. They just need wide receivers here. Let's try and get a 2nd round pick for both these guys. That's a hard no. A 3rd round pick. They got 2 3rd round picks, so they'd be willing to trade one of them. I guess not. We might have to get the lower end of the 3rd round picks that they have. They only have a 2 spot difference. 4th round pick, I guess. Give me a 4th round pick. Thank you. Okay. So we're getting rid of a lot of pieces right now. We've decided on these wide receivers. Tight ends. We don't need Daryl Daniels. And we don't need Aaron Brewer, but we're not going to be able to get anything for him. So can we get anything for Daryl Daniels? Anybody interested in this man? Anybody interested in Daryl? The Patriots were the only one interested in Daryl. Okay. I'd say can we get pick 32, but we probably could actually. Is there anybody on the Patriots that we could get? Jacoby Myers, but we already settled on our wide receivers, so we got to go for something different. Something a team need that wouldn't be too hard to get. We do need a D tackle, and Adam Butler's here. He could help us out, I guess. Could we get Adam Butler? Straight up. Ooh, that's close, actually. That is very, 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 very close. So let's go to our stockpile of draft picks and trade our 7th round pick to get Adam Butler. Boom. So we just upgraded our defensive tackle position by trading Daryl Daniels because nobody wanted that man. And we just got Adam Butler now. So that's good. Moving on to here, we're not going to be able to get anybody on the offensive line. It's going to be a struggle on a season. We got Kelechi Osemi, so we can trade Justin Pugh. We don't need him anymore. Anybody want Justin Pugh? The Chiefs. Ooh, okay. There's a lot of teams that want him. So, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are gross. We don't want the Chiefs. The Cowboys. We want the boys. We need a right guard, I think, right? Is it a right guard that we need? Center. Yeah, we need a right guard and a left tackle. A left tackle would probably be the best. So let's look at left tackles and see what we can get for Justin Pugh. Justin Pugh. What do we got here? What do we got here? Jonah Williams would be interesting. But the Bungles aren't interested in Justin Pugh. Let's see. Taylor Decker, Should we get Taylor Decker? Isaiah Wynn could be a big opportunity, but they don't need a left guard. People need to get left guards. Andrew Whitworth. The Redskins. They need a left guard. I need a left tackle. Would you trade Andrew Whitworth? Oh, we could get Andrew Whitworth. This would be huge. This would be huge. Our left tackle position will be sealed for at least a season. Let's trade a third-round pick next year. Yes, we got Andrew Whitworth, baby. Okay, so our left tackle position is solid. And I think that's going to be enough trading for right now, at least. I am going to simulate 1 week into the season just to see how everything's progressing. We did get the W. I like it. I like to see our team get the W with the team. Look at all these upgrades that we're going to get. I'm liking that. I am liking that. Now we're playing the Raiders. Which preseason game should I play? I think I should play week 4. So I'm going to simulate to week 4. We'll play preseason game number 4 just to test out, see how everybody's doing, see how Kyler Murray's playing. Oh, we got another W, 2-0 in the preseason. Maybe this team's not going to be as bad as I thought. No injuries so far. Let's simulate 1 more week. Playing the Minnesota Vikings in Minneapolis. What do we got here? Anything good? What we got? What we got? Another W. Beat them by 3. That's what I like to see, baby. No more injuries. Andy Isabella's getting an upgrade. I like it. I like it. And we got to cut 15 players. But we'll do that in the next episode. And we'll also play the 0-3 Broncos in preseason game number 4. If you guys did enjoy this new series, first episode, learning about the team and seeing all the moves and stuff, then hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button while you're down there. It only takes a few seconds, and it really does help me out. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!